Welcome back to Satisfactory, folks. My name is Joel Duggan, and this is a 620-hour playthrough, and we're building the Megatron Power Plant, which you're looking at the beginnings of right now. We started this off a few weeks ago, but we've been reorganizing with a couple of extra streams this week. And last night we worked down that end. I then continued that organization and pulled it through to the remaining refineries. So this is the refinery floor laid out. It's not done by any means. We have a lot of piping and logistics to figure out, and I'm already running into problems. So I think what we're going to have to do is just get some of this running and then move on up. However, I did some measuring, and I'm going to show you what we can expect coming up soon, which is going to be a lot of fun. Here's a hint. Off in the distance, the big T-frame. For anybody that's new to this series, I am building factories in Satisfactory based on transformers. And the main factory, which you can see in the distance over there, all the lime green and the purple, is based off of Devastator. And if you are a little out of touch with your transformer history, that's Devastator. Big combiner Decepticon. And we are currently building this factory with the giant X. These represent 4 of the 16 wings that will be filled with 25 fuel generators each. So it's going to look like this down there, all those fuel generators, except for it's going to be along here. And then there's going to be one in a plus sign going this way, and then another X, and then another plus sign. At least that's the plan. I might keep them in the X configuration. I'm not really sure, depending on what looks the coolest. But it's big. It's really big. And as you can see, I sort of mapped out sort of like what a support might look like. I think that looks kind of supported. It's got a big chunky bit here in the middle that we can add some detail to. And of course, if you are unfamiliar with Megatron, I think a lot of people would be, but this, the classic 80s Megatron, is what we're going after, that kind of a vibe. I've also got a couple of different images. I got a thumbnail of, I think it's either a toy or like a die-cast model. I can't really tell from the photo, but I did put together a board. I do this a lot when I do Minecraft or when I do Satisfactory builds. A lot of the cool images from Megatron are from the comics, the IDW comics. Now, sometimes they deviate from the classic 80s because, of course, the Cybertron stuff, it's all unique. And I do like the purple, so we might bring in some purple. But I really like that image at the bottom with the blaster outstretched because of all the detail on his massive blaster. And what I'm thinking we can do with that is potentially have whatever the top of this could be like that blaster, but pointed up, like a big smokestack. Could be kind of cool. We'll see. Some of the cartoons in the comics also bring in a lot more red, so I'm hoping to bring in a little bit more red than the classic 80s Transformer. The 80s Transformer is just black and gray. There's little bits of red, and his eyes are red, but that's about it. So I'm working on seeing what we can come up with. But so far, what we've got going on, I'll show you over here. I've aimed this up so we can travel a little bit easier. And I've labeled a few things. So we're going to have heavy oil residue and water coming in. And we're going to have diluted fuel coming out. And then underneath, I've left myself enough room that we can very easily route these things around. Underneath, you see you've got the purple and the blue coming in. And then we've got purple and the blue coming in out there. And that's all coming up from the floor below. I have yet to figure this out. That's going to be a real challenge. And I feel like I should probably try to connect this power. Can I do that? Why is this not letting me hook up? Here we go. Will you give us light? There we go. Makes it a little bit easier to see what's going on. There we go. So underneath here will be all the pipes. Well, that light doesn't travel very far, does it? You'd think that that would be hit by light. I guess not. Oh, I don't have enough to build it. The scale is so massive. Have you color-coded the pipes? Yes. I don't know if the color, if they're going to stay exactly this color, because of course I want it to be themed with Megatron, and I don't know if all that's going to stay the same. I feel like I might keep the machines colored, but then everything else around might be specifically to Megatron. It would be cool if all of the pipes were red, for example, right? Like, how cool would it be if all of the pipes ended up with, like, maybe not this color, but like if they were all red with like black and gray stuff around them. I think that could be really cool too. So we'll just have to remember which pipes are which. I do have a funny feeling that I'm going to be color coding the pipes under the floor where we can't see them, because then it's going to be easier for me to figure out what's going on. But the first thing that I'm running into is that I wanted to bring in, of course, I want to bring in the pipes, but when we've got pipes going out and pipes coming in, it blocks this pipe underneath it. So I've got a funny feeling that this center column is going to have to be a 2x2, not a single foundation. So I'm a little concerned about that. And that's why I think I want to try to hook up at least part of this for the time being. Jimbo Joyan? I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Welcome in. Thanks for saying hi. Panda Princess, hello, hello. If folks want to share the stream, there's a tweet out there at Joel Duggan on Twitter. Feel free to share it around. So the other thing that I did was I double checked the top layer. Sorry for the glare from the spotlight, but it's really dark in here when it's sunny outside. So we've got a second floor of blenders, and then we have enough room in the ceiling for more piping. And then this takes you out to the very, very top floor. Get up here. So you can see this is what I've got an idea for these recessed kind of like into a grove. And then we'll have a walkway down the middle. Everything's going to be hidden underneath. And then each one of these is the same length. And it has a cool profile to it. Like if we go look at this side, it sort of has this neat sort of spaceship-like blade to it almost. I haven't decided what's happening up here. I'm just kind of experimenting, but I think it's going to be fun. And there's lots of room underneath. Like if we go down here, there's an absolute ton of room to do whatever we need underneath of it. So that's very handy. So it should be very, very cool. So the next phase is to, I think, work on some of the logistics down below. Now the good news is we don't have to hook up all the excess. We can actually just put excess stuff into Awesome Sinks and get it going for now. But we have to take one of these oil nodes over there. They're all coming in through this pipeline. I want to establish what the pipeline is going to look like coming down this way. And I want to figure out how it's entering the power plant and how it's getting to these machines. And the way that we figured that out, if I open up my plan, oops, it's the wrong website. So we've got 60 refineries. They each need 30 crude oil per minute. And that's coming in from the extractors, which are coming in on 2 Mark II pipes and 2 Mark I pipes. But 30 goes into 600. I think it's yeah, it's 20. I think it's 20, right? Joel does math. 600 divided by 20 is 30. Yeah. So I could do 3 pipes, each going to one of these bays. And 3 pipes is a lot easier than 2 pipes. Hunter 555 with a 10 sub gift bomb. Thank you so much, Hunter. Holy smokes. Good to see you. Imagine that. Hunter showing up to a Satisfactory stream. That went out to Odd Obi, He Beach, Gromy Mom, Brain.com, Coyote Theta, or Theta, I guess. Spice F, Booger Brain 1. Well, we know who the youngest member is. Grandma Funk. Hey, Grandma Funk, if you're around, you got a sub. And Savio and Ton Gas TWI. Welcome in. Please connect your Discord and your Twitch. You can join the Joel Duggan Discord in between streams. It's also when in doubt, unplug and replug in your Yeti. I'm having a lot of trouble with the Yeti X, actually. I find it craps out quite a bit. And, I mean, it's a simple fix. I don't know whether it's the cord. It shouldn't be, though. Yeah, so were you guys still hearing game audio? Because I wasn't. Which means that it was definitely my microphone, because my earphones are plugged into the microphone. Heard your jetpack. Okay, so that's what was going on there. It was the mic. So at least it's an easy fix. All I have to do is unplug and plug in the Yeti right from the Yeti, which is like 2 inches in front of my face. Still, I paid enough for this. I'd rather it not crap out within the year. Hopefully it's just the cord. I should look into a different cord. Maybe something that's braided. Anywho, we've got, as you can see, well, we've got to place some machines for starters. But there's a bay of 20 here, a bay of 20 there, and a bay of 20 over there. So each pipe could come in and just go down there, fill the 20, go down there, fill the 20, and go down there. It would be a slower method, a little bit of an overflow method, but I think it would be the easiest way to bring in these rather than giving 4 pipes, because 4 pipes means I'd have to go down the entire length of thing, because there's 4 rows of 15. And that would mean logically bringing the pipe in here, which is going to be convoluted. So I think bringing them underneath this part here and then going down one at a time is probably the best way to go. So we'll start with the machines and go on from there. I'm probably going to have to go get motors, just FYI. And I'm going to go with the colors for now. Also, I don't know if anybody knew this. Cosmic, you might have known this. Anybody else that plays probably knew this, but I only figured this out the other day. If you go into your customizer, and if you go down to say like this gray swatch, and you right click it, you can select which things you want to be gray by default. You can do everything all at once, but this changes everything that has been built. This method changes everything that will be built in the future. I very much like this. It's saving me a lot of time. That way. Also realized the mistake that I was making with the foundations. I was building regular foundations. What I should be doing is right-clicking on this window and using the regular concrete foundations because they don't use iron plates. I think it might have been an update 5 thing, Cosmic. I honestly, it might have been like a point update. There was a bit there after update 5 came out, or after update 6 came out, that I haven't been playing update 5, and they've made a couple of changes. Like, there's a couple of like patches, and I completely missed the patches. And so that's what it was, I think. Oh, I'm out of steel. You still can't paint pillars in this game, which I find very strange. You can't paint the concrete pillars. We're gonna really have to figure out how to light this place, because it's gonna get real dark real fast. Hugo IMT, thanks for the follow. Appreciate it. Uh-oh. Bonk. Let's, rearrange this a little bit. One of those small important quality of life changes I feel like I missed. Yeah, there's also patch notes. I meant to load up the patch notes to look at them on stream today, but I forgot. We are going to need more copper. Let's just do like a little refinery shopping list. I'd say we need to build like at least 15. I think we're out of motors. There's the copper. Steel. And motors. Where be the motors? I think they're in the blue one. Oh, we've got some. The signs are going to be very helpful. So here's the heavy oil residue, 60 refineries, 4x5 and 3x20. Just letting me know what the pattern is for how they're laid out. And then residual plastic is 10 refineries and there's 2 rows of 5. And then down here, I've got the residual rubber, which is 15 refineries, but it's a row of 5 and then a row of 10. So 5 and 10. Change that to be a little bit more consistent, I guess. Signs, as we learned in Metroplex, is like the most convenient thing. Right, these are flipped around. Something else that I noticed is that these won't snap perfectly in line like this if you've got them the other way around. See, if I've got this backwards, it won't be nice and pretty, but if I do this right way around, it plays nice. We could even have ways to walk in between these, which would be really cool. So even my machines are coming out kind of gray to start with. Lighting this is going to take a lot of work. Alright, so I think that's another bay of 20 all done. Looks right to me. So now we're on to the far end, it looks like. I'm gonna stick with the same color scheme for the lights too, purple, etc. I don't know. Actually, maybe the lights need to be red. I was watching a video today, and I'll look it up. It's in the Discord right now, actually. But the person that did it had such cool uses of signs, and I'm wondering if we could adapt some, still have them feel like Transformer-inspired builds, but then just kind of do our own thing as well. So I'm hoping we can figure that out. Spacing these out was the best decision I ever made. It makes it so straightforward to place these down. You can see what you're doing. And we had the space because we're building over the water, of course. Yes. Who's the user, Cosmic? I don't remember. Dad W Mog? Is that it? We're probably gonna have to remove some of these, but I want to make sure I know what my limits are for space. We actually had enough refineries. I am surprised. Genuinely surprised. Stin Archie is the name of the user. Thank you. They're not on Twitch. They mentioned in the video that they don't stream. But their YouTube videos are cool. Pretty chill. Very concise. Some cool building tips. All right, so these each need an intake, and it needs to be heavy. No, it needs to be crude oil. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna switch to my Blade Runners. Where are my Blade Runners? Oh no, maybe I left them behind. That's right, we'll have to go back for motors anyway. I don't think we're going to use this method. Yeah, they don't have a lot of YouTube videos, but they have a few. Copy the settings. All right, so this is the first bay of 3. And so we need... Let's go with a big sign in case I need to have details. Oh, different sign shape. Okay. We're going to go with oil. Crude oil. And I'm not going to make black text, obviously. So we'll go with gray. Actually, that's kind of a cool color. So crude oil. We need time for the blueprint. No, plan. So 3, it's 600 meters cubed per minute, and it's going 30 per refinery. So what that means is underneath this spot right here, we're going to have 3 pipes coming along here. These all have to have an export as well. This is a solid export though, because these are making heavy oil residue. So the polymer resin has to exit. So I'm thinking I use this lane for the polymer resin and this lane for the piping. The problem is that, of course, they have to cross. So I might have the polymer resin dip down underneath here. We're going to have 3 pipes, and we can technically fit them all in here. Just going to be snug. I guess we'll turn it down the middle and leave that space for decoration stuff. So we'll go 1, 2. Pretty spreadsheet. Crap. Thank you. Mindtrip Media, welcome in. Thanks, Cosmic. Sorry. I should probably put those on timers so that if I accidentally leave it up, they turn off automatically. It's actually not a bad idea. I'm going to temporarily put some glass here, I think. Looks like a pretty straight turn. Maybe. I don't think I want to do the whole thing as glass, but I'm thinking like glass every now and again could be kind of cool. So then this is the intake on these. There's no solids going in. And this is also the intake, so I don't have to worry about anything down here. And this is meant to feed all 20 of these, so I only need one pipe going right down the middle here, which should be pretty easy to do. I feel like that's straight. I can't really tell. What does it look like if I move this back? Oh yeah, that's definitely crooked. Okay. Sometimes your brain just needs to see the wrong way. So then we can connect this down the line. I think pipes go 10 foundations. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. No, they only go 6. Okay. So we'll have to figure that out as well. The cool thing is that at the end of the line, it's just a straight stop. So it'll be here. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Put one in the middle. Welcome to Counting with Joel. If you've been here before, this is nothing new. Now we don't necessarily need to have the whole thing be 600, but I think what we can do is maybe use the 300 pipes on the outbound into the machines. Now hopefully this will fit. Oh, good, it snaps. Okay, sweet. It's not snapping to this one, though. I find it strange. Sometimes they snap, sometimes they don't. So it's showing me the line, but it's not snapping. It's only snapping to the one on the left, and I don't know why that is. So I have to eyeball this one. Counting with Joel is your second favorite primetime show? Well, it happens a lot in this game. Oh, that's not going to look very good. I guess it should look okay. I wonder if it's because I'm facing that way. No, it won't snap. It's so weird. My first is words with Joel? Oh, good. That bodes well. So the cool thing is that we've got valves now and we can control how much goes down this pipeline. And then we can switch to these guys. And then go back this way. Deja vu. I remember hooking up all the machines in Metroplex. Took forever. Worth it though. Alright, so that's what we've got going on there. And we've got 600 coming in, which means this first is going to take 300 because each of these takes 30 and we're feeding 10. So we can put a valve on here. Actually, this is going to have to be a crossroads now that I look at it. So we will bring this down farther. This is the output. Oh, I only have to do 2 lines. That's awesome. So we only have to put it down here. Yeah, they do look pretty cool underneath the glass foundation. I'm just wondering, do you think these look cool like this? Or do you think we should drop them down? Because we could, as it looks like I've attempted to plan over here, we could drop them down a bit. Why are you not showing me? There we go. So down here, same idea. That was right in the middle, and then off center by 2. Yeah, we'll see what it looks like. I guess I don't need to hook that up. I can just start here and see what we can come up with. The problem, of course, is that this will have to go down quickly. We can mess with that a little bit. 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't know what this is going to look like. As far as connections go, it might not look good at all. And that's going to have to change. So this might not be the best solution. So it's not enough of a gap to really do anything cool. So there's just a little bit more distance between us and the pipe. That's option A. And then option B has the dip. Oh, autosave. Realizing that it's nighttime now in the game and I'm only 10 minutes away from my first break, I think I'm going to take the breaks at nighttime today. Just because I don't have the daylight mod and it's just so much easier to take a break at nighttime because it's so hard to see in here. In the meantime, you can contemplate whether the drop down looks good, and let me know. I'm gonna scoot up to the train. Looks good in terms of getting a little bit more depth. Option B, cool. It's not a huge amount of work to change, and it gives us more opportunity to have like maybe lights underneath the floor. Could be cool. We don't have any lights that point up, but we can use signs to like fake lighting and stuff. Tab, edit time, next station, edit timetable. Let's just do that. Cool. I'll be back in just a few minutes, folks. So I need to look to see if there's anything else that we need. I feel like we might want to see if we have any more motors. Good timing. Sun's just coming up. I also need my something blades. All this stuff. I don't think I need the beacons. And I don't need that. Sort. Yeah, okay, that's better. Don't think I need the goober meat. Where's I keeping all that stuff? There we go. Don't need that. I don't think I need those right now. Radio control units, I need those for blenders. I don't have any more motors, it looks like. How does one make a motor? It's just an assembler, right? Okay, well let's do some quick flying by the seat of our pants assembly. And we'll make some motors. Motor, please. Rotors and stators, even amounts. Should be pretty easy. For anybody that's new, this is the Devastator storage room so far. I think it's temporary. We're gonna have to move it, I think, but 200. Should be fine. Stator. Do I have more stators? No. This needs power. Good stuff. So we will have motors in this the next time we return. Yeah, just in a place with no light. That's what I mean. We really have to work on the lighting in a lot of these areas. So this is the expanse that is the Devastator factory. And I'm looking forward to getting back and working on this now with all the new parts. I can't tell. I think hypertubes are faster than trains, but of course trains we get to bring all the stuff with us. Especially if you have like a hypertube cannon. I think they're faster that way too. So Cosmic, you were thinking it looks great in terms of the depth, so lowering the pipes is what you're thinking? So imagine that being 3 times as tall with a roof over a lot of this. It's going to be pretty cool looking, I think. I don't know why it went that way. That's weird. Alright, what did I not have on me? I think it was silica. I don't think I have any of that here. Oh no, it's quick wire. That's what it was. I'll grab some more plastic too. Oh, that sucks. Your Wi-Fi is having a problem. It's so frustrating when technology that's supposed to work and you've not done anything to change and it just starts messing up. I have that problem with my AirPods. They work great with my phone, but they're really finicky with my iMac. And I can't seem to figure out why. So we're thinking that this is going to look cool, huh? So what could we do down here? Well, first, let's make some lights just so we can see what's going on. There. So now even if it gets dark, we can see what's up. Is anybody else feeling this is like really high contrast? I wonder if my gamma is really messed up. Low quality, max field basic motion blur. There's no brightness setting. I wonder if that'll change for the better with update 6. I thought update 6 they'd change a lot of the lighting stuff. Alright, so what I want to do, we have to put in another one of these. I have to be able to see what I'm doing. Which I guess makes this easier. But how can we make this part look cool? And I guess one thing we can try to do is figure out like what's the point at which these look the coolest. Like, so if I go to there and I don't do noodle, I do horizontal to vertical. You have to have a big enough change, unfortunately, for that. So what about if I do... So that should be straight. And then this would be this tight little curve. I sort of like that better than the angle. But then the other option we could do is we could remove these. And go with like an angled or something. So we can go straight like that. Or a third option would be the same sort of thing, but we'd come down here. And I would want to do some sort of angle. So what we would probably try to do is figure out one of these foundations that's going to have the right ramp on it. And that might mean a little bit of trickery here. So something else you can do with beams, you want to get something in just the right spot, is attach a beam and then you can run things along the beam. So you can grab a wall and it will run along the beam. I thought it was in different notches, but actually doesn't look half bad. And then we could do like an angled wall. Oh, is that too low? That's too low. I haven't made a design decision, no. I'm still sorting that out. I'm messing around with some beams to see if I can place something. Now, I have to be careful I don't get too carried away, because this is all going to be under the floor. I thought I could place beams lower than this, but maybe I'm wrong. I thought that they can go even with the floor, not just... Well... That's what I want, I think. Nope. It's not doing the thing. So we could do that. Alpha Mike raiding with a party of 3. Welcome in, Alpha Mike. Hope you're having a good day. Thanks very much for sharing your viewers. Really appreciate it. What were we up to today? For folks that are new, my name is Joel Duggan, if you haven't figured that out. It is the name on the channel. And we play Minecraft, Satisfactory, and Guild Wars 2. And right now we're in Satisfactory working on a power plant. And we're trying to decide which of these designs we like the best, even though the whole floor is not going to be glass. So I could do the angle thing. I could do the right angle thing. I feel like this one might be the most interesting. And it does leave us a fair bit of room underneath here in case we needed to do something else. So I like that. And this to me feels very boring. This feels more intentional. Because in here we could still do a little wall decoration if we wanted to. And we don't have to have this here. I kind of like it without the separation. Like with it. We'll use the stand to make it, but then we can remove the stand afterwards. We're on the grindy part of making Monopoly in Minecraft. Oh, very cool. So you're making like, you're using like map art? Or you're just building it like pixel per pixel map art. Okay, cool. I've never done map art in Minecraft. So right now we've got version 1, version 2, version 3, and version 4. It's between 2 and 4 for me. I'm leaning on 2. Keeping in mind that we can also change the materials on this kind of stuff too, so we can make this look really nice, like that, and then that, and that. So this could look very seamless, right? Can be playable in an SMP. That's really cool, Alpha Mike. It's so cool how many people can make like actual games within Minecraft. Cosmic Dancer, thanks so much for gifting a sub to Alpha Mike. Alpha Mike, I know you're probably busy with your own stuff, but if you'd like to join our Discord, please feel free. You've got access now for the next month. So basically the month of September. Now that you've got a gift sub. And I see that you've got a water keystone badge. Maybe you are already part of the Discord. Because you've got like, that's your 3rd month to have a water keystone badge. But it's something I keep for just people that support me on Patreon or support me here on Twitch with subs or Prime subs. And gift subs, obviously, also work. Cool. Well, hopefully we'll see you there. All right, so I think I like these, especially because we could end up making them red. Maybe not dark red. Maybe they need to be bright red. So we could also do things like having red signs down here. Select colors. So that could be kind of cool too. Wondering to see where you get in. If you go to your, make sure your Discord is connected to Twitch, and then under Discord, under your Connections tab, you'll see that the Joel Duggan Discord is available to you. Yep, I think I'm leaning on this one. So we'll remove this. How far was this away from the edge here? Uh-oh. Autosave. So it was 1, 2, 3. So here, 1, 2, 3. I think that's pretty good. Now I don't know what we're going to do for the actual glass part. I'd imagine we'll do, so there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. My guess is that we'll have glass at the beginning. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Just so it's not all glass? Cool, glad you got it up, Mike. Thanks again for the raid. What does concrete look like if it is a darker gray? Just a little bit more subtle. Think I like that better than the white. Let's do coated foundations. Do I have any nearby? Nope. I might like the coated ones the best, I think. Just not quite so white. Even though that is technically, that's the white version of the coated foundations. Hey Joel, know you from the Spawn Chunks. GDZ, thanks very much. Did you listen to the Impulse interview this week? We interviewed Impulse SV from Hermitcraft. Yes, I stream a lot more than just Minecraft. A lot more than just Minecraft. Alright, so we're not going to go with this. Thanks for the follow, GDZ. Appreciate it. Not yet. Cool. Well, it's brand new. It just came out on Monday. So it's only been out for a couple days. So what did I say? It was 3. 1, 2, 3. No, it's right along this line here. So I should put temporarily 1 in. And then I should be able to line the rest up using that. Perspective in this game is very tricky, but if you trust the guides, it usually lands in your favor. So, do we like that red? Do we think it needs to be more subtle? Because I could make so that the pipes are all happening as red. Yeah, the guides are really helpful. So that's what it looks like underneath the lights. Let's pop open Mr. Megatron. It's pretty bright on some of them, but more subtle on the others. I think I might take it down a notch. And for that, I think I'll have to make a custom swatch. That's too dark. This is just like primary red, I think. Yeah. I don't think I have other things in the world painted this color. If I do, it's subtle. Let's go with that. Think that's better. If I go in here and put this in the temporary custom swatch. I think this is around 60 and that was at 100, right? So we'll go edit. You can really tell the difference when you hit it with the light, right? That's like fire engine toy red, and this is just a little bit softer. So I think we've made a good decision. So what I'll do is I'll make this... can I do the same thing here? Oh, I could do that. I could do that temporarily that way too. I'd rather do this, I think. Pipes don't have two colors on them, do they? Like I'm struggling to see where the white comes in. I don't see any white on that. No worries, Alpha Mike. I appreciate you coming by. I know that often after streams people have to go get food, so cheers. Very much appreciated. Fill your belly. Hopefully we'll see you again soon. One, two, three. Oh, that's not right. Oh, nice. The supports are nice and red now, too. I still think we're going to get rid of them. And then we have this to deal with. How do we get this to go down to that level from here? You and Pixelriffs are both very chill streams. I like it. Oh, very cool. Thank you. Yeah, we try to keep it pretty chill. Try to keep it pretty chill. Alright, so we're going to be coming in from there. We'll call this the head of everything. So 1, 2, 3, 4. There'll be a junction there. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I guess we should just put one here. And then that should connect to there, right? No, that has to go farther. Oh no, wait a minute. That's the wrong spot. That should work. So then from here, right, should have maybe tested that out. Is that going to look weird? You're really not going to be able to see it. It does feel funny that it's coming in low, like high, and then going back up again. That may cause a problem with flow. I wonder if we have to drop this whole thing all the way back. It would make life easier because these are going to have exports on them. And I'm going to have to get these exports down that way. And if the whole thing is low like that, we could actually have the belt go right across the top of this. I wonder if it's worth it to drop this whole thing. Oh, thanks, Cobzik. Yeah, I like the red too. It's nice to branch out and use some different colors. So if we drop that, we'll have the same effect along this whole way. Some more depth. Which means this won't be this close. Although I don't know, I kind of like that. I guess we could always drop it. Well, no, wait a minute. I was complaining that we were going to have to adjust those. So we should drop this and run the belts over top of it. That's what we should do. That's what we should do. Plus it gives me more room to walk around down here, which I think is going to be helpful. Just in building it in general. Still not entirely sure where this is going to all be coming in. So for now, I'm planning on bringing them in either alongside or under the road. So they'd all be coming in somewhere around here. Oh, did I connect the wrong ones? I don't know how I messed that up. So for now, we'll plan on bringing them in through there. I don't know what the default measurement is for this. I think it's 1, 2, 3, 4 looks right. Yeah. Very straight and satisfying, except for these are all off. I guess in the new update, we're going to be able to build pipes without those monitors on them, so that's going to be cool. And then we'll just bring it along, I guess. What's the distance? 2, 3... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9... Oh, out of copper. Do these plans you've made, spreadsheet and sort of blueprint-wise, help overcome terrifying scale of this? Yes. This has been super helpful. It's rough, but you can see at the very, very bottom, we're doing right now what I planned in that spreadsheet. I just knew it was better to bring in 3 pipes instead of 4. Being able to do the math. This between the blueprint and the spreadsheet. I think the spreadsheet was more helpful, actually. Right, I need more copper. Why is there a shadow there? Sun's almost down. Production, don't need any of those. Realizing I'm probably going to want to tidy up the pipes. I'm going to make sure that this is going to work. Choop. I should maybe make a hypertube here. For now. And we'll grab a hypertube entrance. I don't think there's any power to grab from over here. Things get so messy when you're just putting up like temporary builds. Sorry, it's getting dark. There we go. So I think one thing I might want to do is actually let's get that to there, and then probably do the same thing back here. Oh, is that too short? It's too short. Oh no, there we go. That way, all of these will line up. Aha. And this is the first turn off, so we'll do that. I only have to do this one. And then we have to figure out the segments. I think for me, it's where the game loses me a bit. I get overwhelmed by the scale and just my brain breaks and I can't go any further. That is a problem in game. Yeah. Painting the floor helps, but absolutely it's definitely something that you want to, even if you just sketch it out, like graph paper would be fine. The nice thing about that tool that I was using is that it has the dimensions of the buildings pre-measured. So you can tell when they take up like 2.5 foundations or 2.25, whatever. I find that very helpful. All right, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14. Seven should be, I guess this will be nicer. So I'll line you up with the middle of this. I don't remember why I came over to this side so much. I guess it's because, oh, it was underneath the foundation above, right? Yeah. Okay. I forget how floaty the Blade Runners are. Autosave and darkness. Steven Seagal 101, welcome in. Welcome in. Oh, that doesn't reach? Huh. Well, fine then. I guess we'll just put these in front of every machine. What was that lining up with? The salt tool is helpful. It is a little tedious to use. I will give you that as a heads up. It's very simple. Like, even Microsoft Paint is a more complex editing pieces software, so just be aware. I don't think there's any segments in there that are problematic. Now this was already done, so I feel like we can just paint this. Oh, that's crooked. Alright. Should go break while it's dark. If you're new to the channel, I take a break once an hour. But on Satisfactory, it's about every 50 minutes because that's the day-night cycle. So we'll take a quick 5-minute break. And then when we come back, the sun will be out. It'll be easier to see what's going on. Let's turn on self-driving. I will be right back. So if I turn off auto driving, I wonder if it'll continue to its next station. Nope. We gotta drive it ourselves. That's fine. Thank you, Cosmic. I'll be so happy when I can get some permanent rails and get everything sorted. This power plant is going to open up so many opportunities in this save. Steven Skull, yeah, we're working on a power plant that is based off of Megatron. It's going to be doing diluted fuel. And it's going to look an awful lot like those fuel generators that you see with the smokestacks in the distance. But each of those fuel generators is going to be lined up along the top with these platforms above. Looks like a big X. It's going to be cool. Mixed Screwgun, welcome in. Good to see you again. Hope you're having a good day. Yeah, that track got switched somehow. It's really interesting how often and how far ahead you have to slow down your trains. Like, if there was train crashes off the edges of tracks, like, it'd be very difficult to gauge how you have to stop the train. It's like, I'm still going, like, 18 kilometers an hour up until right now. Does the plant come as an X, or are you building it that way? I'm building it that way. You can put them in any shape that you want. Most people just build giant platforms, but I like to challenge myself with some design and some fun and different arrangements and stuff. Alright, so we've got this all hooked up down here. So this all flies along down here. I guess we should connect this one. And for this one, we'll do the same thing. I just have to make sure... Oh, we didn't finish hooking this up. Okay. Oh, that doesn't look as nice. Okay, well, I guess we'll go all the way to the end. Now I'm not getting any connections here either. I don't know why it's so inconsistent with the guides. It's weird. Yeah, like why am I not getting a guide? There we go. That one's working. Weird. Alright, so that... Oh, we missed one. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Cool. I'm glad we built this just up a little bit higher off the water, otherwise we wouldn't have this room to do this. Okay, so the next thing is going to be the flow rate. This exports to this end. This goes the other way. How does this look when we're up on the top here? I kind of like the distance, I think. I think it's a nicer experience to have more distance between things. Now, I think I do like this little angled bit. I don't think I like the lights, at least not in this position. But I think I like these. Thanks, Cosmic. Yeah, I think it looks cool too. Now to get this, I wonder if I can somehow connect easily to the bottom of this. Water is very tricky. Now, why won't you build there? Tentacle buildable is already in there. Overlapping clearance may occur. I find the angles of walls, they used to... You could zoop them easier. I don't know why they don't let me do this now. Like, I wish you could bend it back up in a V. A lot more helpful. So that's dumb. There's nothing there. See, that's really odd. Really odd. Because you should be able to do that. Alright, well... Can I use a slightly different angle? It won't look as good, I don't think. Same problem. Well, that stinks. Why is it like that? Yeah, those were signs I was using as lights, Cosmic. So that means we can't have that angle in there. That's really annoying. It'll let me build it through the machine, but it won't let me build it into that space there. That's infuriating. No, there's nothing in the way. It won't let me do, it won't let me connect them that way. Like, it won't let me put another one here. An identical build is already built there, so it's detecting this as an overlap. That is really unfortunate. I'm sure somebody has reported that by now. But it means we can't do all of this. We have to go with flat sides. Or I could try... Because my angled foundations are going to be too steep, right? These will work, but they don't cover very much. Or they're a different angle. Which I guess is fine. It's still... It'll function. What clearance is overlapping here? Oh, maybe that? I like that it creates the angled shadows. It's really cool. Yeah, it is pretty buggy, I agree. It's alright. We got around it. I mean, really, this is all under the floor, so I'm not terribly worried, but I do like the angled shadows. I may cave and make all of this glass, but I find the glass gets very laggy after a while. So I'm not sure. Not sure about that. Maybe we should make these intersections glass. But, okay, so that's the input. I'm not going to do the other input right away. I want to try and figure out what the design for the output is going to be. Now this can be a lot simpler because, well, I say that. If we had one single line going down the middle, it would look like this. And then we'd have to have mergers wherever the outputs would be. Now hopefully these will snap. But I don't know if this looks cool with just one line. Meza, welcome back. How was your day? So that's one way we could do it. But that again is like super close to the top of this. And the other way would be to have two lines. Finally back in sweatpants and a hoodie. Yeah, I've been spoiled. I work from home, have had for like 10 plus years, so like I'm in a tank top. I'm just kind of chilling. Sweatpants. No complaints. Even my podcasts, I'm not on video, so like I don't have to do anything. So the other way we could do this would be to have mergers along here like this. Whoops. Why does that line up funny? Autosave. Anything above 23? Yeah, I'm the same way. It's disgusting here. We've had 100% humidity all day long. It's been like 28. It's very gross. So this would be the other way we could do it, which I think looks a little bit neater. It's a little bit weird that it's staggered. But because they're off center, there's not really much I can do about that. Then we also have the issue of they're going to have to go underneath the pipes that are coming down here. Because along here there's going to be exports. We've got heavy oil residue and polymer resin. So we've got to lower the floor here, I think. So I think maybe we have to lower those. Question is, will that reach? Just barely. And it's too far, or not far enough, rather, for an elevator. Yeah, that's below the surface of the water, which technically will work, just looks really dumb. Will not mention that you're talking about ski season around there, McScrewgun. Remind me, what part of the country are you from, McScrewgun, in the US? Cosmic has already dismissed you. You may go. That's funny. Having that for weeks, finally broken this week. I'm overjoyed. Yeah, I don't mind a hot day, but a hot, humid day, brr. Northern New England. You're talking. You're that close to me. I feel I should have known that. Northern New England, given that you've driven up here before. But yeah, like that's. You should be getting the same weather that we're getting. I guess I'm farther out to sea than you are, so there is that. So if all that is down there, and this continues across this way. Then we have to do something with the pipes. And if I do these things, it might be just the right height. How slick is that? So then we'll layer the pipes on top of that. Wait a minute, we might join the pipes. 400 heavy oil residue per minute. Sorry, 40, but it's multiplied by... How many am I doing? Three pipes. No, 4 pipes. Don't remember. Four MK2 pipes. 4 MK2 pipes. So that's 600 per pipe, which means that each pipe is a row of 15. So yeah, one pipe will go all the way along here, and the other pipe will go all the way along there. The next one will go all the way along here, on the back, there. You're about 12 hours from me, nearly due east-west. Oh yeah, and you're up in the mountains. Oh, if you're up in the mountains, then yeah, that's a big difference. I'm at sea level. I can walk 2 blocks and I'm at the water. So yeah, the big difference. I like the red. I don't know about keeping the purple. We might change those later on. Okay, so then this pipe along here is going to be one giant exit. I think we should just stack it. I think that's fine. I don't think there's any reason to combine these all in the middle. I feel like these get too close together. The mergers get too close together. Because we could have one straight down the middle here. And merge everything onto it. But then we just have to, like, uncouple it later. Because these are exporting 20 polymer per minute. And these need different versions. 60. Maybe we do have to combine them all. What color scheme did Megatron have again? He's got like mostly gray, black, and red. There's the board. So I'm leaning more on the classic 2 in the middle. So there's very little red, about an even amount of gray and black. I'm going to try to change it up a bit because otherwise it's just going to be really gray and really boring. McScrewgun, yes, he was the pistol. He transforms. In more recent versions, he transforms into a tank. But most of the time he's some sort of like single cannoned vehicle, whether it's a pistol or a weapon or a artillery cannon or something like that. So I do like some of the cool Cybertron stuff. Like I like that one on the left with all the purple. It's a cool version of Megatron. But I do like the gray and the black, as well as the red highlights. I think my favorite is the top right and the bottom middle. Those are the two faves. Shape language too on the bottom middle is very good. I like that. That'll translate very well to Satisfactory. Wrong thing. I need to do that. Gunmetal gray. Yeah. Yeah, like I could change these to like do I have a swatch for it? Yeah, like there's a dark one. There's a lighter one. So yeah, it could go either way. There's black ones like that. Yeah, the boombox guy. Soundwave was a tape recorder. Yeah, I never understood how they could change size. Megatron shrunk in the 80s cartoons. He would transform into a pistol and Starscream would pick him up. It was really weird. Very, very strange. I much prefer the tank idea for Megatron. Most of the time in the comics and stuff, Megatron's a robot. He doesn't change into a vehicle much. He's more about the robot form. So each of these is giving off 20 residue. So we're going to have to regroup all of this, because each of these is going to need 20. So that's 100. Is this outputting 20 as well? So really it's just kind of like 5 to 5. We can easily handle some of these. So that's 300 down that line. And that takes care of 1 and 2 and 3. No, these take more. These take like 60. 40, or did these take 60? Yeah, these take 60. Never mind. So 1, 2. That takes 200. 400. Yeah, load balancing this is going to be a pain. Well, we know we definitely have to drop this. That's a certainty, right? I'm really excited to be building on this save with all these new textures and shapes. We were using the old stuff for so long. I wonder if it's worth combining everything. So that means that all 5 of these will be 200. And so then 200 from here will feed just one line of these, right? 60. 1, 2. No, that's 300. Never mind. That's good then, because I've got 300 coming out of these. 20 times 15. And that'll go straight into those. And then 20 coming out of these. So 300 out of that will go straight into those. And then 300 out of this side will go halfway down this. And the other 300 will go the rest of the way. Okay. I think I know what I'm doing. And I'm completely turned around. I just did like 3 turns in a row. So this needs residual plastic. So let's do copy. Paste resin. Sunnybrook 1, long time no see. Hope you're doing well. So unfortunately, you're not going to see any of this unless we move it off to the side. I guess we could get these closer to the middle if we put them in here, like that. That way you'd be able to see both of these things going. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, how much are these exporting? 40. So this needs to be the length of the whole thing. Yep. Can't tell if that's the middle. Prefer machinery noises to music today. Helps me stay focused and productive when I build hydrogen cells in real life. Nice. Tuning in from work, so can't chat, but wanted to listen. Thank you very much for the lurk. Appreciate it. Alright, so we're going to end that there. I guess I should probably put this here instead. So then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Thought that was off center. I don't think I wanted any closer. I guess I could move it a little bit to the right, couldn't I? Oh wait, is that going to interfere with the stuff? So if I put that there, can we still get the belts underneath? A little sketchy. Just thinking that will give a little bit more clearance and room for the belt. Oh no, that's fine. You can see those. Okay, we'll leave that. Leave that where it is. So that goes there. It's annoying that these don't get painted. Like, how do you even change those colors? Oh, maybe you can't. Meza, do you know if you're still hanging out in chat? Do you know if you can paint those things? I kind of prefer the other handle anyway. All right, so that is our export. That will eventually be 600, and that will have to travel down this way to, I'm assuming, this one here. Oh, honestly, that doesn't reach. Wow. Okay. So close. Stack poles are paintable and experimental. Cool. That's what I figured. I heard there was some new stuff you could paint, so that's cool. Thank you, for Toy 911. Appreciate that. All right, so now we're going to be using this lane. So we'll use the mergers. Now, why did that line up with the middle and not the output? I always find that really irritating. Nope, that's not right either. Alright, just do it this way. I'll worry about belt speeds later. Right now, I just want to make sure that it's going to look cool. That is not how you make it look cool. All right, so on the other build, we used these foundations. I'm wondering if I can get just a little belt out of this. Even if we end up deleting the pole afterwards, it'll at least be almost the same angle. I might have to put that back a little bit. That's pretty close. I feel like that'll work. I don't think we're going to go with purple, but you never know. Kind of like it when they clip through the wrong openings, makes it look like Dali set up the factory. Oh man, you can have some spaghetti messes. That's for sure. You can have some spaghetti messes. I think that'll look good. It'll look cramped once we have everything together. So I'll remove that. Put this over here. And then the same idea will come over here. And that goes there. One back from the edge. Down to the side and delete you. I would use the steeper walls, but they clip into one another. Is that fixed in experimental as well? Does anybody know? So I was trying to do the steep wall like this. But you can't point them in a V. You can do it downwards, but you can't do it upwards. So, oh, see, it works here. But it wouldn't work underwater. I couldn't do that. Because I wanted to use them here. I think this kind of works better anyway for the conveyor belts. I think the wall would be too steep. If this works here, I'm going to be very confused. No, see? It clips into the bottom of that one, way down underwater. And it doesn't work. So it's got something to do with being clipped to a foundation. It must be the way that it attaches itself to a specific point. Anyway. So these will just shoot off this way. And the whole thing will look like this. No. No, there's nothing underwater to clip with. It's saying the error that I get is that it's colliding with an identical piece. That was the issue. Architecture. Oh, autosave. I was like, why can't I move my mouse? You know, I may end up making these all glass. So the only other thing left to do is just put in the pipes on this side. So granted, there'll be some connections along the sides through here, like this. So that will be what you see. See, like when you're this low, you really can't see much. You almost have to be up higher, you know? I guess future reference to build like 2 foundations deep so that when you look down, you can actually see what's going on. I wish that there was glass foundations that didn't have all this bar stuff in them. The supports. But that's good. I think that takes care of the design for both the inputs and the outputs for this entire area. So that's done. It's just a matter of now repeating that process all along each one of these and sending it all along. Bedtime for you, says Meza. Yes, I'm actually just about to wrap things up myself. I've got a gym appointment in the morning. Not like a formal appointment, but a time that I'm going. And it's very early. It's like 7 o'clock, so I should go. But I'd say that's pretty solid. You know, like we've got the design under here. It looks good. It'll look really cool when there's polymer resin flying around underneath of it. I hope to keep at least some of the glass, if not most of it. And we've got the math figured out. So really it's just a matter of executing. And then it will be a matter of tackling how to handle this big centerpiece here. Because I'm going to run into some logistic issues with wanting to send something up, but also having an export. So I'm going to have to come up with some kind of cool pattern where something comes out like here and it like shifts over to the right by one spot. So that like this has been taken away, but then this fills in the gap. And if I can do that in a symmetrical pattern all the way around, it could look cool. Alternatively, I might just make this whole thing bigger. And see what I can do about having different stuff. This is going to be really complicated underneath here, so I'm not sure how I'm going to handle that just yet. But the idea is that we're going to have water and then resin, and then this will technically be no. What's this? Yeah, I don't know what that is. That doesn't necessarily have to go up there. It's just the two. It's just two that need to go to that floor. Yeah, there's 4 resin pipes and 8 water pipes. That doesn't make any sense. Hold on. Wrong thing. Yeah, there's 8 water pipes. Anyway, this is going to be a mess for Full Brain Joel. Isn't there a clear roof piece? Maybe I can't remember. I don't think so. Oh, you know, I might not have unlocked it. There's a clear roof piece, you're right. Because it's under the roofing sections, and I don't have it unlocked yet in the Awesome Shop. I have yet to do that. So that's a good point, thank you. But the roof pieces are asymmetrical, and they're on an angle. They have this little ridge on them. So, yeah. Full Brain Joel never met him. Nice. On that note, that is my cue to sign off. When the mod starts making fun of you, it's time to go. Thanks so much for hanging out, folks. Really appreciate it. I've been doing these extra streams. I hope you like them. We will be back. Maybe not tomorrow. I might give myself a break tomorrow. But we'll be back on Friday. I'm hoping to do something a little bit different on Friday. But usual time lately has been noon Atlantic. That's 11 a.m. Eastern. UTC -3. And do check out the latest episode of the Spawn Chunks. We interviewed Impulse SV from Hermitcraft. Great chat with Impulse. Good chat if you want to become a content creator. If this is something you want to do as a hobby or professionally, it's a good chat. He's very candid about stuff. And do check out his other podcast, Imp and Skiz. YouTube.com, Imp and Skiz. Check that out. And you can also, of course, check out Patreon if you want to join the Discord. Or if you've already subbed with a Twitch Prime or Tier 1 or received a gift sub tonight, then be sure to connect your Discord and Twitch and join us in the Discord. Really appreciate all of your company, all of the chilled chats. I really like these Satisfactory conversations. They're much more laid back. There's a lot to think about in this game, so it's kind of good that I have that break. But that's it for me, folks. We're going to try to pass you on to somebody else playing Satisfactory. So hold on to your nuggets, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.